Hi everybody, welcome to the Charley Cardboard Giant Dump Truck Build. Don't forget to check out the Getting Started page included in your instructions. If you have printed your plans on 8.5 by 11 paper, you may have a few pieces that overlap onto a second page. You'll need to do what we call tiling. Just match up the targets as we show you here. It's pretty simple, and then cut out your piece. This is going to be great. Now, you know that you can get cardboard almost anywhere. Every grocery store throws away 200 to 300 boxes every night. But you're going to need something special for this. You're going to need a dowel rod. It's a 3/8 inch in diameter. Costs you about 25 cents. You can get them 36 inches long at almost every place. You're going to cut 2 axles from the dowel rod, approximately 6 inches long for each of them. If you use your scissors or a blade to score a line into the dowel rod around its circumference, and then you kind of do that a couple times, it'll kind of snap in two very cleanly. All right, now let's get excited. You know, after you print off your sheets on your printer, you're going to lay them all out. You'll see that each of the template sheets have these pieces laid out. You're going to cut along the edges and cut them out. Each one of them also has a letter on them. When you take those template sheets after you cut them out and place them over the top of the cardboard, trace around them, take a pencil and mark the letter that's on that template sheet onto the corresponding piece on the cardboard. All right, you're going to cut out all the pieces like we said. Now you're going to identify cardboard piece A, which is the base of your vehicle. Take the point of your scissors or cutting tool and very lightly scratch through the first paper layer of the cardboard. Remember, these are on the dotted lines only. Corrugated cardboard has 3 layers. Now you see there's 4 little dotted lines on this piece. This scratch line is going to serve as a guide and make folding the cardboard much easier. And notice that there are 4 circles that are drawn in piece A. Those need to be hollowed out to accept the wooden dowel pieces that will be the axles of the truck. Fold the dotted line flaps up at a 90-degree angle to the table. Now don't worry if the flaps you've created don't stay up at this point. There's going to be other pieces that are going to hold them at that angle. Take piece C and glue it to the top edges of the flaps. Place the glue along both edges. Hold until dry. H-U-D means hold until dry. Just as we're showing you here, you're going to take piece B and you're going to place it as shown in the picture. All right? And we know it's a little bit longer than the flaps. It's okay. Don't worry about that, but just glue right along there. Now you're going to identify piece D. Notice that when you place it, it kind of closes off the back of the box that was just created with piece C and A, you know, the flaps of piece A. Now you're going to glue that into place and placing lots of glue on all the edges. HUD, hold until dry. Now you're going to identify piece E and F. Notice the holes that need to be opened up. The hole in piece E lines up with the hole in the right flap. F lines up with the hole in the front left flap. Glue them in place, just like in the picture here. Hold until, well, you know. There are 2 pieces that are identified as G. They're exactly the same, so it makes no difference which side they go on. One lines up with each of the holes on the back flaps. Now, you're going to glue on there and then you're going to hold until dry. Now, piece H glues onto piece A at the front edge of the back flaps. Let me say that again. Piece H glues onto piece A and to the front edges of the back flaps. Piece I, which is the same size, again, they fit either side, you're going to affix it just as shown here to pieces A and H. By the way, be patient, hold until dry. Now you're going to find piece J. Now this piece attaches to piece A at the front edges of the front flaps. Now, you figured out that glue just goes anywhere that the cardboard is touching. It's not magic, though, but it is science. Charlie wanted you to know that. Now, you'll notice that there are two pieces that are identified as K. All right? Now, after you cut them out, compare them to each other and then trim them if necessary to make sure that they are exact size and shape as their twin. Now, they have fixed to piece J at the very front of piece A. Glue where the cardboard touches. Always glue where cardboard touches cardboard. Good rule of thumb. Now find piece L. Now this attaches to the top edges of both piece K and butts up against piece J. Now, make sure that it's centered over the front of the car. Glue all the surfaces that touch each other. Now piece M affixes to the very front of the vehicle as shown. Put on the glue and HUD, hold until dry. Now you're going to locate piece N. Now we're going to use the scratch technique along the dotted lines and bend just as the picture shows. You're going to prepare this to be affixed to piece O. There are two piece O, by the way, that make both doors of the cab. Glue all the surfaces the way it shows here in the picture. We're still building the cab of the truck. You're going to find piece P, and you're going to put it on the front of the cab, which is right on the front of pieces N and O. You're going to glue all the seams. Anywhere cardboard is touching cardboard. Hold until dry. Find piece Q and center it as shown. You're going to take the cab, which is finished, and glue it to the top edges of piece Q. You're going to take the cab, which is finished, and glue it to the top of piece L. See it? See the pick? That means picture. Pick. It's kind of technical, isn't it? Now you're going to identify piece R, and you're going to glue it to the back of the cab as shown. Anywhere there's cardboard touching cardboard, you're going to put glue. Now to the next step. You're going to find pieces S and T. Now, by the way, there are two piece T's. Piece S is really big compared to the other pieces. Line up one of piece T along the edge of S, just as shown here, and use it as a method to mark where you're going to do a scratch line. It's kind of a pre-dotted line, but now you're so good you can probably measure your own line. Well, we knew you could do it. Notice in the picture that our finger is pointing to where the fold line or scratch line needs to be. Notice the grain of piece S, by the way. And make sure when you cut it out to pay attention to the direction of the grain. Charlie drew a line so you could see what we meant. Charlie's a pretty nice guy, isn't he? Anyway, bend along that fold line. Glue all of the edges of S and both T's, just like we show here in the picture. See the glue along those seams? Piece S will have a flap left over that needs to be bent and glued, just like in the picture. And then put plenty of glue on there and hold until dry. Lots of glue, lots of drying, like really. There are two pieces that are identified as piece U. Okay, now you're going to open up the holes in piece U and work them into the dowel rods on the back axle of the truck as shown. Again, U is on the back axle of the truck. After you've found V, piece V as in victory, you're going to glue to pieces U, both pieces on both sides to U, just as shown here. Now, find S and T, which makes up the dump truck bed, and affix it to V, just as we show you right here. And then hold until dry. Now you're going to look for all the wheels. I think we called the piece name, we didn't give them a letter name, we just called them the tires. You're going to open up the holes in the center of each of them. Now there are 22 of them. 5 make up each of the front wheels, and 6 make up each of the rear wheels. These are really thick tires. Remember to glue all of the tire stacks together. Anytime there's cardboard touching cardboard, glue it together. And then you'll see how we put a little extra glue right on the end of that axle to keep things kind of in place. Hold until dry. Guess what? You're done. Now, there are a few pieces left for you to use as decorations or bumpers or whatever, so have fun. Sometimes Charlie paints his cardboard creations. We'd like for you to paint yours. As a matter of fact, if you'll paint yours and take a picture and send it to us, we'll put it on our website and on our blog and on our Facebook page, and we'll show everybody what a great job you did. As a matter of fact, if you'll do that, we may put your name in a drawing, and you'll win a free set of plans. By the way, remember that all of these plans are protected under U.S. copyright protection. Duplication is strictly prohibited and punishable to the fullest extent of the law.